Hi, this is Chef Cha-Cha Day. Today I'm making my Decadant Calzone in pizza dough. The filling ingredients are as follows. Okay, meatballs, onions, mushrooms, bell peppers, garlic chopped, ricotta cheese, cream cheese, Parmesan cheese, mozzarella cheese, and the last four ingredients are the decadent part. Okay, now let me show you what we're going to do here. I'm going to take the dough and I'm going to roll this out. The meatball recipe that I have here will be on another video as well as the dough recipe. So I made the dough ahead of time. I've rolled one piece down here already out. I'm going to do the second one now. Okay, so I put a little cornmeal. Just roll this out, and it doesn't have to be perfect. This is a pretty good circle, the first one. Roll it out to about, a little bit less than 1/4 of an inch. You don't need so much dough because the filling is the most important part. You just need a little crush when you bite into it. Okay. Now this dough here is been resting for a while, so it's nice and soft. You can see that it's soft, and you can open it up just like a little pizza. So it's essentially a little pizza, and you're going to fold it in half. Alright, now I'm going to start with the filling. First thing I'm going to put in are the onions, mushrooms, peppers with some garlic all sautéed. That goes in here. Okay, you want to push all of this in. The next thing I'm going to do is put on meatballs which have been sliced, and I sauteed these meatballs slowly in a pan with just a little bit of oil, and then I finished them in the oven and then sliced them. Now these meatballs have no eggs in it because my granddaughter is allergic to eggs, and so I tried something special. I put oatmeal, she won't know, into these, which will help bind it, and a little bit of Parmesan cheese. But no eggs. You usually put eggs in meatballs. I've tasted them, they're terrific. Alright, so that's that. Now the next thing I put on is cream cheese and ricotta cheese, which has been mixed together. And you just want to put a small layer of that on top. Alright, you don't want to overfill, because then what will happen is that you won't be able to close it. Now I've put a lot of mozzarella cheese. I cut them very thick. Okay, just press that down a little bit. What you need to do at this point is that you're going to pick it up and fold it over all the way to the edge, like this. And some people like to have a lot of extra dough because they're afraid of it leaking out. I'd rather have the filling right to the edge, and I'll cover it up as much as I can, and then I'm going to twist it over. Twist it over, twist it over, all the way around. This is a massive calzone. If a little bit leaks out, it's not a bad thing. The thing I do is slice the top open. You need to let the steam from this come out. And then I'm making this with an egg wash. Of course, my granddaughter can't have this, but I'm going to do these two with the egg wash because it makes the top much browner, and it gives it a lot of interest. Okay, then the other thing I do is just put a little bit of cracked wheat on top, and what this does is that it gives more of a crunch. Okay, now I'm going to assemble the second one. Okay, and this one I show you that I put it right on the peel. This time it doesn't. Before I did it on the regular board, and I'm putting on the mushrooms and peppers and onions and garlic. Right. The next thing I'm going to do is put on more of the sliced meatballs. Now here goes the ricotta and cream cheese mixed together, and I have a little chopped parsley in there. a little salt and pepper, not much, no eggs, no nutmeg. Some people put nutmeg in, that's what you do when you're making lasagna. And then I'm going to put the mozzarella cheese on top, and that's a small piece, so I'm going to put a larger piece here. Okay. Just press a little bit, then you're going to pick this up, pull it over, give it a little push, then you're going to seal it all the way around. Then you twist it back on itself so that you create a real seal. When this goes in the oven, it is going to expand, so that's why it's important to have a tight edge around here. And then when we're finished with this, I'm going to slice this in pieces. You don't have to have the whole, eat it with the whole piece. Now you take your fork, that gives it another little seal. It presses the dough all the way around. Okay, and it looks like this from this side. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is add a little egg wash. This gives it a nice color. It makes it crispy on the top. It's just an egg beaten. I put 2 tablespoons of water in this as well. Right, and then I slice it so that the steam can come out, and you slice it at an angle. Just little slices like that. Don't go too deep. Just as long as you can see the ingredients inside. And then the steam will come up out of that as it's cooking. Then I put a little bit of cracked wheat on top. It gives it more of a crunch. Now, before I put this into the oven, I make sure that the cornmeal is all around this and underneath it. Those are your ball bearings, so that helps it slide into the oven under the pizza stone. So now I'm going to shake it now, and you'll see that it moves. If it doesn't move, you have to fix it. You have to lift it up and put more in there. So we're going to put this in the oven, which has been preheated. And this oven has been preheated to 375 degrees. You shake that, and you put it right onto the stone. The other one is already inside. And so this is going to bake 15 minutes, maybe 20. I'm going to check them, and then we'll be back to give you the presentation.